Hi guys, so yeah, it's been a week since my first video, the unboxing, and I thought I'd jump on and show you guys what I have achieved in that time. So, this is obviously the far left section of the image. It is super sparkly, like, I don't even know. Look at that sparkle. Isn't it beautiful? So obviously, as you can see, moon, clouds, cliffs and sea. As you go across, you're going to get Hogwarts castle and everything. So I have documented exactly how many hours I've spent on this section. This is incidentally a fifth of the image, so this took me 21.5 hours, give or take. So I estimate a rough 107.5-ish hours to finish the whole thing. I've got to tell you, I'm seriously loving it. So what I did was I took my quilting ruler actually and just said, okay, I'm going to do a section that wide, and I just cut this backing paper straight up there because the middle was in two anyway from the company, so I just cut it straight up and I've just worked from the bottom up. On my last video I said I don't understand why people don't flip them around and obviously work on the bit that's closest to them, then spin it around and work on like what would effectively then be the top. And I have been thinking about it, and I've obviously, you know, gathered that some people may not feel comfortable reading the symbols upside down. So that, yeah, but it's like fluff and hair gets in it because it's obviously adhesive. You can get it all out at the end by going over it with a brush and whatnot, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, I figured that the reason maybe some people don't do that is because they don't feel confident reading the symbols upside down. I have done that with this. I did flip it. I did do this section up to here and then flipped it and done that bit. I didn't have a problem at all reading the sections upside down because honestly I keep stroking it because I really like the way it feels. So yeah, I didn't have a problem reading any of the symbols upside down. In this section here, there was a few symbols that might confuse people, like there was a 1 and a J close together. But to be honest, the actual symbols are so clear, I don't think it's really a problem. Obviously each symbol, the background is slightly coloured to match the gem, so I think it's even, I don't know, I think your brain kind of, well, my brain says to me that's not that, if you know what I mean. So if I'm working on J, I know that the background colour for J is not the same as the background colour for the 1, so I didn't really have any issues in regards to the symbols or anything like that. I didn't really have any trouble. I've been working with my hand-turned pen that I bought from Rich Craft, and I've been using the single placer and the free placer, you know, quite happily. I just really enjoy doing it. I think they're beautiful. My only gripe with the canvas, my only gripe in general so far, is the air bubbles or the air rivers or the air pockets, whatever you want to call them. Basically you can get these air pockets that you then have to score with like a craft knife on push down. So I had one that kept coming along, like it was along this edge, and I was like, oh, because it was annoying me, and I had to keep, and as I was going up I was having to score it and go, because it just kept breaking off. And it wasn't until last night so what I did was I decided I was going to cut the rest of these into sections to make it easier, so that I don't have to do it as I go kind of thing, so that I can just go on to the next section and not have to worry about cutting the backing paper, because I have started this a little bit. I carried on to this bit last night. So anyway, I was sat here, and as I was putting this away, there was absolutely no air bubbles anywhere else on the canvas. So I was like, okay. And now I know why there was an air bubble here, because basically what I done was when I laid my ruler on top, I drew down here with a pen, and the pen, you can't see it, but my table separates into two because it can extend, and I am pretty sure my canvas must have been on there, so I was kind of like almost scoring it, if you know what I mean, and that's what's caused the air bubble, not the canvas itself. I do know air bubbles are very common with double-sided adhesive, but from looking at the rest of the canvas, like, I can't see any air bubbles here, I can't see any air bubbles up in these bits or anywhere really, so I do think it's probably just where I did that, because there's no other explanation for it, because, you know, it's too coincidental, like everything adds up too much for it to be a coincidence, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't think it's actually a problem with the canvas at all, but so that's a very minor annoyance, and it seems to be one I've actually made an issue that I've created myself. So yeah, I'm not gonna mark them down for that, because I also know it's common with this type of adhesive. I've watched enough YouTube videos on this to kind of know that. Trying to think of what else I want to say really. So obviously I've been peeling it back a little by little. You may notice this masking tape that I put around the edge. Another thing that's common with double-sided adhesive is that it will come off of like the drill area. So there'll be like overhang. I don't know if you can see this like slightly darker section here. Well, that's where the overhang was for this section of tape, and my arm just kept getting stuck to it, and things like the diamond tray was getting stuck to it. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to go all the way around the edge with masking tape, right up to the line of the actual drill canvas, and just leave it at that, because then I won't get stuck to it, kind of thing. So yeah, if you want. Oh, also I flipped it over and I measured the actual canvas, the image size. It is dead on 50 high, 75 wide of drill area. Like this extra bit around the edges isn't counted in the 75 by 50. So yeah, I genuinely cannot tell you how excited I am about this and how much I love this. It's such a relaxing craft. I'm a bit surprised that I haven't done this sooner, but I think I was just waiting for the right one to pop up, and when this popped up in my feed on Facebook, I just had to have it. Like I fell in love. It was just like perfect, because I always like to try a craft in the new year, like a new craft, and although this, you know, it's very cross stitchy, and I've already, you know, I've done that since I was young, I don't know, I just never, I count this as being completely different. So I'm so glad that I found home Craftology. I haven't had another thing, actually, it's just reminded me, I haven't had a problem with the drills. Like, there've obviously been a few that have been like trash drills where they've got like a hole in the top, or I found a few that are just literally like got a curved bottom, so you obviously can't put that down because there's not enough for it to stick onto the actual canvas with. But a few of them I thought, oh, that's not the right size, that's not going to fit, and then I've picked it up and it's been exactly the same size as the others. It's just because I was looking at it from an angle and the facet was there, so I was thinking it was a completely odd shape, but it wasn't. It was just because I've seen the facet from a different angle. I tell you, I can't tell you how silly I felt when I noticed that. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, so I'm starting to ramble now. So these are what I've pulled out as trash so far. Oh, I put a needle in there so that I could chop and change the pink wax as needed. I'm now experimenting with using blue tack instead of pink wax because I don't know if I get along with the pink wax. It feels like I'm constantly topping, like refreshing it. So I don't know if it's just that bit of pink wax that I was using. Maybe I should use another piece because, I mean, I've got enough. But yeah, so, oh, another thing. With my storage containers that I showed you, so each one of these little containers seems to hold 7 or 8 of the little bags. I don't know how many grams that is. But yeah, so I've just literally put the rest of the diamonds in this bag. I can't remember if I mentioned it at the end of my last video, so I've just literally put the rest of the diamonds in this little bag so that when a colour needs topping up, I can just top it up quickly and efficiently. Yeah, so I think that's everything. Once again, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, and this kit was gifted to me by Home Craftology for this ongoing review that I want to do. So yeah, the pen I bought myself, the storage case I bought myself. It's just the kit that was gifted to me. So yeah, but you guys, if you've watched a few of my videos, you know I will be honest regardless of whether something's gifted to me or I bought it or whatever. So yeah, just let's look at that sparkle one more time. Look at that. I'm going to see if I can shine some light on it just to make it pop a bit more. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? It honestly, when the light catches this, even when you're working on it, it's just gorgeous. I genuinely am so thrilled at how it's looking. It doesn't look... Obviously this is like pixel art essentially, but it doesn't... It's the perfect size that it doesn't look blocky. I can't wait to get over there with Hogwarts. Like, I'm so excited. I've decided to contain my excitement and work bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top. And like get right to that far end and end on the top corner, because I think that's where the majority of Hogwarts... I think the majority of Hogwarts is across these 3 end ones here. And obviously you got the students in the boats all along here. But I cannot tell you how, especially, I mean, look at this. You just see how gorgeous that is, where you've got the moonlight, like, reflecting and highlighting the clouds. I just, oh, I love it so much. I think it's just so stunning. So, yeah, anyway, I'm not going to keep logging the hours on this because, you know, on average, we're talking a fifth took 21.5 hours. In total, it should take like 107 hours and 30 minutes. So between 107 and 108 hours. So I'm not going to keep track anymore because it kind of, it does take time and effort to remember to stop the stopwatch, and do you know what I mean? And you know, I could be spending that time doing the painting itself. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with the average because I think that's the best way to go about it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep these bits of paper once I'm done. Like, I've got these two here because it's always handy. So I've got these two here. It's always handy to be able to have another piece to put down as you're working, just in case you're having to reach across, because there's nothing worse than having to reach across and have to like try and balance with like no stabilizer for your arm. So yeah, I'm gonna go now because I really am rambling. what I'm gonna do is, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to do another video in a week. I'm going to do another video when I've done this 5th. So every time I do a full strip, I will come and do a video. So you'll get 5 videos of the canvas sections, like unveiling in sections. And you'll get, obviously you've got the unboxing, so that'll be 6. And then I am going to seal this, and I have done some research into that, so there'll be a video on sealing and framing it too. So yeah, I'll do that, and then so there'll be like 7 videos in total is what I'm aiming for this canvas. So yeah, I'm gonna, if you want more frequent updates on this, check out my Instagram. I'll be posting probably in stories mainly. There'll be a few pictures on the grid, like of the sections when they're done. I'll post full photos on the grid, but while I'm working on it, it'll probably be in stories. She says, but she'll change her mind. So yeah, so thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these, obviously subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions. Obviously, I am a beginner. This is me. Like, some things that I've said today, people might be watching it and be like, oh, but, you know, that would really annoy me. This is the first one I've done, and I'm reviewing it as a thing of, this is the first one I've done. I'm not going to say to you guys like it's perfect, because I don't know that it is, but it's, I suppose the best way to say it is, I'm a beginner and this is making me want to do more. This isn't putting me off. I think it's beautiful. It hasn't been difficult. It's been very easy. It's everything I wanted it to be so far, and I'm not gonna, you know, things that diamond painting veterans might look at and think, oh, I don't like, that's not how I want my diamond paintings. Well, that's fine. It might not be how I want my diamond. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the double-sided adhesive, will I be a fan of it long term? Probably not. I have seen on the Home Craftology Facebook group that they are looking into doing poured glue kits from, I don't know, I think it was March or something. I think Chris said. Chris is the CEO of the company. He's very active in the group, which is, it's really nice to see actually. He's very responsive and lovely, and the company has an amazing story behind it. It really does. So yeah, and it's quite nice to see the company, like the CEOs and that, have so much interaction with their customers. But anyway, enough of my rambling about this. So yeah, if like I said, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. If it's a more advanced question, I may have to go and do some research. I may have to send you in the direction of more like experienced diamond painters. Sorry, I'm just fiddling with this bit here. But yeah, if I can answer the question, I will. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.